in the opening scene, you can see me bridging across to the first breakaway of the day. And the reason for that was because there were two big hitters in the break. It was John Epson and Omar Freire. When you're in doubt about strategy or tactics for a race, just mark someone who has already won the race before. Here you can see the breakaway as I'm driving at the front, but unfortunately only half of the guys were really committed to put in some effort, so that's why the breakaway got caught. As you can see, the scenery from the Circa Gorge will absolutely rock your world, pun intended. From bridges to tunnels to sand, there's enough variety in this race to keep you guessing what's next. There was a good tempo throughout the race, and it was only in the latter half that the attack started. Here we see old Johnny Epson, who now has the Strava KOM on Doisutep. For some reason they took Peter Bully's time down, and I think he finished 5th in the race this year. And they just showed Sam the Vegan there on the left. Here's the section where we went through the sand, where one of the guys from the Attack Gusto team came down, but he came up quickly and he made it back to the front group. Now, even though the average gradient of the race is a climb, there's some downhill section as you saw there. And unfortunately, the big hitter from Lamprey Merida was out of the race due to a puncture. He just looks absolutely excited. There were no team cars in the race, so if you get a puncture, you have to wait for a neutral motorbike to give you a wheel. I chose to go for the durable tyres over the lightweight tyres, as it would be quite a sad affair to fly all the way from South Africa only to get a puncture. Here you can see the pace is steady and the boys are starting to crank it up in the last third of the race. In the last 20 k's of the race, the guys stopped attacking as there was so little oxygen available that they were already anaerobic. At this point in the race, it just became a matter of how long can the corn stay on the cob before it pops off. Team Vegan's corn kernel made it to 10 k's to go and then became a tasty piece of popcorn. Our bunch was only about 20 guys big before the chaos really started. In the final 10 k's, I was only able to hold 3 watts per kilo, and the winner held 5 watts per kilo. And in terms of time, this was 16 minutes that I lost. At a certain altitude, it just feels like a switch is flicked and there's absolutely no power left. Here we see the race winner Oscar Pujol spinning away for the win. As you can see, it was an epic battle, and the man in second place there wasn't far behind. Oscar has ridden for Zweel test team and Omega Pharma and currently dominates the Asian circuit. A lot of the guys were lying on the floor after the race because they were just absolutely wrecked from the altitude. Here we have Oscar explaining what it felt like.
I will not forget, because I was feeling like not oxygen, the legs hurting a lot, and yeah, and also the views are amazing here on the top. My strategy was eat, drink, and just follow and try to stay with the best riders until the finish. But I was not thinking to attacking, you know, because the altitude make a big difference, and I'm not used to ride the bike such in this altitude, and I didn't know how my body will react.
冠军车手才刚说完自己的身体状况，访问都还没有结束，奥斯卡就因为高山症发作，不断的呕吐。还好，奥斯卡在看完早餐和前一晚的晚餐菜单之后，稍稍恢复了一点体力，还是盯完了整个颁奖典礼之后，才赶快由对车接下山休息疗养。